G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Mags. It's been some time since I've done a video on Elite Dangerous, mainly because I actually stopped playing it for a little while. Elite Dangerous, as I've said in the past, is a game where you've sort of got to make your own story. The game doesn't tell you what to do, you have to set yourself up a goal. And I honestly got too busy to maintain that, so I stopped playing for an extended period of time, or only playing spots in between. However, I've gotten right back into the game now. I am well out of the central section of systems that I did my last couple of videos on Elite Dangerous in. I'm well away from Tau 3 Iridani now. I am now out at Obsidian Orbital, which is out in... I can't even remember the name of the star cluster we're in at the moment. But I'm out here looking for alien life, so I can shoot it and take its remains back to this space station. So, disable the external camera. And we're going to do a little bit of that right now today. Now, I have two locations to go to. One is a section of a planet that I have yet to scan out to see whether or not I can find one of these Barnacle aliens. The other is a rather well-known location for them to show up.
Ship released. Engines
Just get this
engaged.
away from the dock a little at the moment.
Landing gear retracted.
Landing gear retracted. Alright. Throttle up. Now, the second location is pretty much guaranteed that there will be a Barnacle alien there. The problem is it's extremely well known. It was the first place that any of the Barnacle alien species was discovered. And as a result, well, that place can look like a little bit of a parking lot if you get in there most of the time. The last time I dropped by, everything had been farmed out, so there was nothing to actually pick up, which kind of avoids the point of going there, and there were no less than 14 ships parked around the Barnacle, and people were just basically jumping the landing vehicles all over the place. But if I cannot find one at the new location, we will go there next. Or we will go there anyway, just so I can give you a look at one. Alright, so system maps, Obsidian Orbital, AMA. So, Meriope is our location.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, just got to align. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This never gets old.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
I'm really looking forward to if Frontier follows the old Elite games and makes it so it's possible for the alien races to attack you in which space. And here we go. And just throttle it back a little bit as we come in on Mk.IV. Bring us in nice and smooth. Oh, slight overshoot there. That's alright. The Cobra 4 isn't exactly maneuverable. It's all about the cargo and the jump range and the speed. It's actually a fairly fast. It's a good little smuggling ship. That's what I actually got it for, but I couldn't resist the idea of coming out here and seeing what missions I could pick up first. And I found it's rather lucrative. A couple of missions out at this area, as well as jumping around with a couple of the artifacts from the Barnacles that I managed to recover in time back to Obsidian Station. I managed to make about 3 or 4 million credits in the space of a couple of hours, which was, well, it's not as fast as you could potentially be making credits, but it is still fun. Alright, there we go. Now I just got to check my
Orbital
course.
flight engaged.
We're on descent at the moment. Oh, no, not yet. Bring us back to 0, please. I don't want to descend any further yet. 155 kilometers off the surface. 160. Coordinates. We've got to go a little bit further around before we drop in. Actually, we've dropped pretty close to where I wanted to get down. Yep, that's the mountain range. So that looks familiar. We'll check these craters. I don't think they'll be out in the open. Could be wrong, but it'll give you guys a bit of a look at planetary landings and planetary interaction anyway. So, that's what Well, this what here is what you're seeing is what was added in Horizons. The new addition to Elite Dangerous is planetary interactions. At this point, you can only go into basically moons with no atmosphere. I don't think we're going to be able to see much here. Lights on. Yeah, if there was anything down in this crater, it would be glowing, so it won't be here. The detail on the planets themselves, considering these are all procedurally generated, is it's bloody impressive, if I'm honest. And this is all I've been doing, just to try and scan the planets out. Just doing circles near them whenever I pass through the area, see what shows up. Checking in the nooks and crannies. Anything that potentially spawns, I imagine, is going to spawn in things like these craters. But I don't think we're going to have any love today. If I want to find any more quiet ones, I'm going to have to find a more efficient way of looking around, I think. I'm spending a lot of time and I'm not seeing much. That's my altitude. Yeah, 1.3 kilometers, that's fine. Your vision range on the Barnacles is about 4 kilometers. So when you're flying out over the flats, if you stick it at about 1, you've got a fairly good angle for spotting. And you'll know them when you see them. They're bright green. They glow. Yeah, I've had a funny feeling this is going to take too long. I'll come back to this later. Instead, we'll throttle this up. Yep, power to engines, throttles to maximum, pull this into a climb, start pulling ourselves back away from the planet. Once we get up, that should be still mass locked. That's fine. We've got a little bit higher to go yet. And we'll jump over to Mk.IV, and I'll show you the barnacle that has already been discovered. So anyways, these alien barnacles were first discovered in Mk.IV. I have the coordinates here for them, and I visited this spot once before. If we're lucky, we might actually get in there without anybody being there, although I think with the value of the barnacle spore pods, or the metametals that they drop, it looks like you'll understand why I call it a spore pod when you see it. It's a giant neon glowing green flower cluster thing. There we go, line up. Once we've got that, if we're lucky, nobody will be there, and we'll pick up, I think there's 2 of those at the spawn site each, and at, yeah, just short of 90,000 credits a pop. Very lucrative if you can bring them back. I'm hoping to find a couple of various sites around that nobody knows about, so I can cycle between them and actually farm them up. With a 56-ton load available on this ship, moving them back, I'd be able to move a full load of metametals back at a time at around about a cargo per run load of about 5.5 million credits. Now I'll loop over. Contacts in range, none. It's always worth keeping a lookout when you're coming in on this place at the moment too, if you decide to come out here and explore yourself. These are basically the most valuable commodity in the galaxy, or one of. So pirates are really interested in coming out here and having a fun day with you. Because all they've got to do is pop your ship, take your cargo, and they make the money. Alright, let's drop in, and we've got to start having a look. Although, it's stopped. Strange. As you can see, I haven't been an Elite Dangerous for a long time. This is one of the second day back on the job in it. One thing I will say about... Whoa! Crap.
Hull integrity compromised.
That was a mountain.
Shields offline.
Alright, two things that I complain about Horizons. One, we need bigger flashlights on our goddamn ships. Or the sensor needs to pop up and actually show terrains coming up, you know, within an acceptable range to tell you before you hit the goddamn mountain at night time. Hang on a second. And the second one is this vehicle screen. It needs to go away. There needs to be a way of making it just disappear. The problem with this vehicle screen is while I'm here, I can't actually select between my power. Whole sections of my selection options turn onto the menu here rather than actually controlling stuff out here. And that is annoying as hell. So, after much screwing around to get the angles right on the latitude and longitude, and at least one near fatal collision, we finally arrive on site. You'll see a glow just off to the left hand side. That is the alien Barnacle cluster, and it looks like, amazingly, no one else is here. That means I might actually be able to get a couple more of these clusters. That would be awesome. The last time I was here, this whole stretch that I'm flying over now was just shoulder to shoulder with ships. Alright, so throttles to 0. Deploy the landing gear. Whoa, what the hell is going on there?
Landing gear deployed.
God damn it. Actually, I didn't hit my lateral thrusters. I've been told strange things can happen around the Barnacles. I think that was one of them, because I never hit my lateral thrusters then. Okay, touchdown. Lock. And secure. And the crowd goes wild. Alright, leave the lights on. And let's go take a look at the first alien life form in Elite Dangerous. It's nothing impressive at the moment, but it's a bit of a mystery. Much like the probes that were discovered not that long ago. Right. High beams on, and let's deploy the cargo chute ahead of time. This is the new planetary rover, I guess is the best way to describe it. Turn it around a bit faster here, and there is the Cobra Mk.IV parked on the ground. Deploys out from underneath the belly. We'll have a quick look at the ship first. This is one of the things that Elite Horizons expansion pack actually brought in. Now what's really cool is when you get around the front of the ship, bring it up, you can see the staircase is already in place along with the front door for when the first person module comes into play, which is probably going to be the next major expansion pack if we're honest about it. Unless they put that in as a side thing, but you will be able to get out of your ship at some point and walk around it. Okay, so before we get other ships coming in, let's get these nodes. That is the fragments that we're after. That's the meta metal, the meta alloys. You can see why I call it a pod or a seed cluster. It's what it looks like. It doesn't look anything like a metal. I'll try and climb up this spire. Doesn't look anything like a metal, but that's what we're looking for. There's 2 spikes in this site that give them to you. The other one is... I think it's that one. Yeah, it's that one. Let's bring it around a bit. There it is. Now the rest of them do drop smaller versions of these, but they're not meta alloys. They're various materials that you can use in crafting on your ship to build repairs or rebuild ammunition or fuel for the rover or whatever. I'll show you some of these now. There we go. So this one here is dropped iron. I just drive over them to pick them up because I've got the cargo scoop deployed. And that one is, I didn't actually catch what that is, but I pick it up anyway. Oh, what was it? Phosphorus. And you'll get an assorted set of mixed materials out of this. So if we pull the brakes on and back it up just a little bit, activate the turret, it'll give us a better view. So that is the actual Barnacle life form. And you can see, just up here, I'll put a shot into it, smack bang in the middle of the target reticle is a symbol. Now the symbol appears on all of the barnacles that have been discovered so far. There's been a few arguments about what that actually is. Some people think it's a galaxy. There's a galaxy that you can view from any location within our own galaxy that will always have that appearance. Some people think it is another nebula viewed from... I'm trying to remember what it was now. I think it's another nebula, but it's the symbol itself is the nebula that we are currently in being viewed from that nebula. And there will be something else at that point. We just have to work out where that is. Honestly, I have no idea what the symbol is about. I'll let somebody else work it out who has the time, and then I'll go over there and try and make a profit in that place too. I figure that's probably the easiest way of doing things. Now, these are alive. So, yeah. I'm making my money in the Elite Dangerous universe by killing brand new alien life forms. The best way to make money. Oh, that was a good one. Now, some of these can be quite valuable. I don't know if there's any... It's more phosphorus. I don't know if every material can show up here, but I've had some particularly rare materials pop up when I've popped these. None at the moment, though. That's iron. I'm looking in particular for items that are used for... arsenic. No, it's not the right one again. For fast and light boosters. You can craft on the ship a booster pack using these materials that you gather that will drastically increase your FTL range, your jump range, so you'll be able to move at a much larger distance. And this thing is so much fun to drive. Actually, I might as well show this off a bit. We'll pick this up and show you what this thing can do. First thing an Aussie's got to do when he gets a hands on something that's got a powerful engine to it. Can it do skids? And it turns out, yes it can. It also jumps pretty good. There we go, there's a good one. Probably a bit too good actually. Downhill. I want to do combat in one of these. I've ran into other people in these, but none of them seem particularly hostile. And I don't like to just kill people for no reason. If somebody had a bounty or something on them, sure. But they were generally nice guys and nobody had a bounty. I'd really love to actually kill somebody in a duel in one of these things on the ground, because this could be a lot of fun. Just drifting like this and engaging. The cool part is, and actually sort of demonstrate this, drift this back this way, the turret will lock, so get away around. If I give it enough time, the turret will actually lock and track a target. It doesn't turn particularly quickly in automated mode, but quickly enough. Oh, I love this thing. So yeah, this is what I've been up to on Elite Dangerous. Just basically screwing around, trying to find ways to make as much money as I possibly can. And these are our new alien life forms that we quite literally killed to make a profit out of. There's even a community mission at the moment to gather as much of these pods as you possibly can. They pay top dollar. And again, we're talking about killing... what's remaining at the moment? I think the first tier they were after something like nearly 50,000 pods, or 50. Each pod is 1 ton, so 50,000 tons worth of these meta alloys across the community. So you're looking at killing, you get 2 per life form. You're looking at wiping out 25,000 life forms to fulfill just the first tier of the community mission, which I'm entirely good with, to be perfectly honest. I'm waiting for the Thargoids to arrive, so... Oop, stalled it there. Anyways, to get it back inside the ship, we just roll it up, put it on the brakes, and board the ship. All the cargo is transferred off of the rover and into the hull of the ship automatically. You don't have to do anything. Once you're docked inside, you go straight back to the command pod, and we can lift off and take off. So, anyways, that's all I've been up to with Elite Dangerous. I just thought I'd give a little bit of an update. I don't expect I'll be doing too many videos on ED. As I said, it's sort of a game that I decide I want to do something, so I'll do it for a while, and then I'll step away from it until I come up with another idea of what I want to do. It's great fun, it's a great little game, but it is one of those games where if you're used to having your hand held, you're not going to have a good time.
Landing gear retracted.
The game's fun is entirely made by you. Anyways, ladies and gents, hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more. Fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you between the stars.